One of the things we hear about occasionally in our cost forums are comments from participants who are saying, why is cost accounting today so difficult? Well, I'm not really sure cost accounting today is any more difficult than it ever was, but it might appear so because of the various choices that are being offered. More choices today than ever. Things like ABC, Resource Consumption Accounting, RCA, GPK, and of course, my favorite, Standard Costing, now offer businesses many choices as to how they might do their internal job costing. Many of these choices didn't exist several years ago. The first question we have to answer then is, which is best for my situation? And that may be why this is so difficult. And the answer might be that what you're doing is just fine. Or maybe what you're doing with a little modification will be just fine. It is clearer today more than at any other time that one cost per product, no matter which method you're using, one cost per product could not possibly answer all your costing needs. And now, more than ever, a new software package will not answer all your costing needs either. Whether you're using your existing software package or you're buying a new software package, you're changing from a system to a new system, there are several criteria that your new package or your existing package has to be able to meet to be a successful implementation for your costing. First and foremost, it must be transparent to all who use it. This sounds like something that is easy to accomplish, but really isn't when you think about the number of users that might be actually using your costing package. This includes frontline supervisors all the way up to senior managers. Everybody who uses the package must be able to see through it and understand how all of the parts work together. Many times it's easy to say, as I said earlier, but it's difficult to do because we have complex manufacturing processes and complex cost structures. And as you layer in those features or factors with other factors like assumptions on how allocations of overheads are made, it gets to be very difficult to be completely transparent. My vote is always for transparency over complexity whenever it's possible. The next item of relevance as you're considering which method or software package to use in your internal costing is the ability for that package or system to be able to reconcile back to your actual results on the general ledger. Now, this isn't to suppose that your generally accepted accounting principles that you follow on the general ledger have to be followed on your cost system, or for that matter, that every identical cost on your general ledger has to be replicated that way on your cost system. But it does presume that you're able to get back by reconciling from your cost system to your general ledger on a periodic basis to be sure that your cost system has the integrity of being able to be tied to accuracy. Without that insurance or without that security, you can never be sure that the results that your cost system is producing are valid in relationship to your actual operations. And the final general standard that I think you need to be able to meet as you're considering which method or software package to use is the fact that it has to be versatile. As I said at the beginning of this presentation, today's market, probably more important than any other time, no one cost can be used for every purpose that a business might need. I think we all know that there are special rules for GAAP, for generally accepted accounting principles, as to how you value your inventory. There's also special rules for tax as how you value your inventory. Many businesses like to use a fully loaded job cost method for purposes of purposes of gross margin or net income analysis. And of course, we frequently see make versus buy decisions being based on costing, and occasionally we see people using lean costs where only the incremental costs are used for purposes of doing cost comparisons. Now, in each one of these cases, there are different components that are necessary, and your system should be able to draw those and compare those without any significant modification in the system. In today's world, a cost system that produces just one cost per product, no matter how useful or accurate it might be, couldn't possibly meet all the demands for businesses. I see many cost systems, particularly standard cost systems, that are designed to produce just one cost. And if there is just one purpose for that cost, that's probably acceptable. But in today's business world, where there are multiple needs for multiple costs, your system must be versatile enough to be able to develop more than one cost for each of the products.